Hello, my friend. Welcome back. Find a comfortable place to sit or to lie down. Take a deep breath and let the world outside go quiet for just a few moments. Have you ever looked at someone who seemed completely unstoppable? Someone who looks like they were built in a laboratory, designed specifically to conquer? We look at the giants of the world and assume it was always easy for them. But tonight, we travel into the quiet past of a boy who looked too awkward, too gangly, and too strange to ever become a king. This is the story of Erling Haaland. Our story begins at the turn of the millennium. The date is the 21st of July, the year 2000. Outside a hospital in Leeds, England, the sky is heavy. A boy is born into a sporting family. His father, a hard-hitting Premier League defender. His mother, a champion national athlete. The genetics were perfect, but the future is never written in ink. When his father's career is cut short by a brutal injury, the family packs their bags. They leave the bright lights of England behind and return to a tiny, quiet farming town in Norway called Bryne. From the roaring stadiums of the Premier League to the freezing, isolated fields of Scandinavia, the boy's journey began in the quiet. At 5 years old, Erling joins the local indoor training pitch. The coaches notice it instantly. The boy doesn't just play football, he hunts the ball. His first 2 touches in a club uniform both lead to goals. But as he enters his teenage years, his body betrays his ambition. He experiences a massive, awkward growth spurt. Suddenly, he is tall, narrow, and entirely uncoordinated. The National Youth Scouts look at his gangly frame and shake their heads. They say he is too clumsy. They whisper that his physique will prevent him from ever reaching the top. He was a boy with a massive engine, stuck inside a chassis that didn't yet fit. What do you do when the world looks at you and sees a mismatch? You go to work in the dark. While his friends sleep on cold Norwegian weekends, Erling walks down to the open indoor pitch alone. He sets up plastic cones. He kicks the ball against the wall over and over, listening to the heavy echo in the empty hall. He practices the same movement 1,000 times until his body learns to cooperate with his mind. He never needed a coach to push him. The hunger inside him wasn't given to him by an academy. It was born in the solitude of those freezing weekends. The world finally woke up to the monster he had built in May of 2019. Playing for Norway's under-20 team against Honduras, Erling steps onto the grass in Poland. 1 goal, then 2, then 3. Most players stop after a hat trick, satisfied with a good day's work. But Erling did not know how to stop. By the final whistle, the scoreboard reads an impossible number next to his name. 9 goals in a single match. The world of football rubbed its eyes in disbelief. The gangly boy from Bryne had transformed into an absolute machine. In 2022, the story comes full circle. He returns to the country of his birth, signing with Manchester City, the very club his father played for. Critics say the Premier League is too fast, too physical, too ruthless for a young striker. He answers them by shattering the all-time single-season scoring record in his very first year, netting 36 goals and lifting a historic continental treble. And now, in the summer of 26, he has brought his nation of Norway onto the greatest stage of all, the World Cup. In the round of 32, against a fierce Ivory Coast side, the match hangs in the balance. In the 86th minute, he strikes the winning goal. The machine does not break under pressure, it thrives on it. If you look closely at Erling, you realize he is not just a collection of muscles and speed. When he scores, he often sits down on the grass, crosses his legs, closes his eyes, and meditates. In the middle of a roaring stadium with 80,000 people screaming his name, he finds a way to return to the quiet. He logs out of the chaos. He reminds himself that the noise of the crowd doesn't define him, just like the doubts of the scouts never did. He remains, at his core, that boy from Bryne who just wanted to hear the sound of the ball hitting the back of the net. Maybe you are standing in a room tonight where you feel like you don't fit, my friend. Maybe your goals look too large, or your current path looks too awkward and uncoordinated. The world loves to look at your present shape and tell you what your limit is. But remember, the boy on the indoor pitch in the freezing Norwegian winter. The growth spurt will come. The coordination will follow. The only thing you have to protect right now is the hunger inside your own heart. Keep practicing in the dark. The light will find you when it's time. Thank you for walking through this story with me tonight. If Erling's journey moved you, please leave a comment below. Tell me what dream you are building in the quiet. Sleep well, my friend, and until next time.